Hey YouTube, hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Trevor's Vinyl World. Today I want to talk a little bit about Jay-Z. You may have heard his name brought up this past weekend. He was a big part of the production for the halftime Super Bowl performance. And yeah, I think he's got a ongoing contract with the NFL, so whether it's Eminem or Kendrick or Bad Bunny, he's been the one organizing these halftime shows, which is kind of cool. Say what you want about Jay Z, but he is a legend, and he's not my favorite. I'm probably like, Tupac, Nas, Biggie, but I definitely put Jay Z top five. Even people that maybe you're not in love with him, but you got to admit he's a top rapper of all time. He is a legend. But I thought it'd be fun to go through. I got some CDs of his, and let's see. I'm just gonna get right into these. Jay Z Volume 2, Hard Knock Life. It's a good one. Jay Z Volume 3, The Life and Times of Sean Carter. This one is very underrated. A lot of people don't even know about this one. This is Jay Z American Gangster. I like that cigar on the back there. Um, this was for the movie American Gangster with Denzel. I'm not positive whether or not there's another soundtrack to that movie because it does not say on there that it is the soundtrack, but it is for that movie, so I'm assuming. Um, Sometimes there's, more than one album that's affiliated with the soundtrack, but usually not, so I'm thinking that that is the soundtrack. And of course, Jay Z, the Black Album, classic. Sorry about the glare. Um, there's still a lot of ones I'd like to get of Jay Z. Those are ones that I found out in the wild for cheap. Obviously, I could go on eBay today and pay $19, $18 for any of these. But I just like to, I have a list in my head. I have like a list on my phone if I'm somewhere and know which ones I have, which ones I don't. So if I'm at a garage sale or something and they have some CDs, I kind of know what I still need. And then obviously there's ones that are just impulse. Ones by Jay Z that I would love to still get would be Reasonable Doubt. That's considered his best album. That's from 1996. That's the one where he's got like a cool hat and a cigar on the cover. I think it's a black and white photo. That's supposed to be his best album, hands down. And then I would say, what else would I want here? I'm looking at my list. 444 from 2017. I know I don't have that. I do have a couple vinyls of Jay Z too. That's why I'm sort of kind of thinking in my head here. I would also love to get Watch the Throne, which was the 2011 album he did with Kanye. And I think it's interesting that they titled it "Watch the Throne" as if maybe when Jay Z retires, he's telling Kanye or Ye, whatever you want to call Kanye, to watch the throne. I really think that Jay Z had planned on retiring, years ago, and figured that hey, Kanye, I'm passing the torch, sort of a respect thing. And Kanye has just self sabotaged his own career. I think it's very sad. I'll probably get into it someday. I think that Kanye has four albums that are top 100 of all time in hip hop, and it's very sad that years from now people might just remember him for all the things that he's doing not affiliated with rap. Um, because even if you say that he's not a great rapper, he's one of the best producers that hip hop has ever seen. So I don't know. I mean, can we get him on the right meds? Can he make a comeback? I'm still rooting for Kanye. I mean, and I try not to get too political with these artists. You know, we don't know the whole story. Like, you can get mad at Nicki Minaj or whoever you want for political stuff, but I try to give these artists the benefit of the doubt. You know, they got a lot going on, and you don't know their background, what they've been through. Obviously, some things are different, whether it's allegations of, you know, sex stuff or whatever. But when it comes to just politics, like Nicki Minaj, I'm just gonna give her a pass because A, that's my girl, and B, we don't know the whole story. So yeah. But anyways, I also wanted to just show this record. This is Smashing Pumpkins' Gish. This was their first ever album, and I never realized how psychedelic that is. I was listening to that album, and yeah, I was kind of like, wow. So then I Googled best psychedelic albums since 2010, and I didn't realize that you could just have a whole collection of newer psychedelic albums. I guess I was a little ignorant, thinking that most psychedelic records are all things from the 70s, but I just got a quick little list here, and these are just, I mean, there are, you know, 50 to 100 albums, so these are just some examples. There's a band called Elder, and they have a album called Reflections of a Floating Word. That's supposed to be really good. Um, Tropical Fuckstorm, A Laughing Death in Meat Space is the name of that album. A band called Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. They have some psychedelic albums. Tame Impala, I've actually heard of them. King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard have a whole bunch. I mean, there's a whole list. So, but anyways, my point is that even if you don't want like old '70s records, there is new psychedelic stuff. And then I'm trying to think of who that rapper is that I'll think of him when the video's over. But he kind of has like psychedelic ones. But anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm still trying to play around with how to make longer videos. Um, I thought it was just a matter of waiting a month, but now I think I gotta look into like Google Chrome or something more fancy on my phone. But anyways, hope everybody's doing well, and not too much else going on. Here, I guess I could show. I was debating watching this, but then I watched the trailer, and it looks pretty cheesy. But I'm a big Drew Barrymore fan. I I still got a crush on her. And I kind of like that she's accepting that she's getting older. You know, I watch her show, um, and there's nothing wrong with aging. And I think some women, they think that, you know, even though they're older, they have to look 21. And it's like, you know what? We're all going to get old. At least the lucky ones of us are. And, you know, I still love Drew Barrymore. So if you're out there, Drew, call me. But anyways, I haven't seen this. If anyone has seen this and they watch this video of mine, let me know in the comments whether it's worth watching. I kind of have a feeling that you would say no. I watched the trailer and I don't know. It looks a little cheesy. But oh, and then just for fun, here you go. There's Drew Barrymore, wedding singer, of course. And yeah, so I figured I'd just show that. But anyways, everyone have a good evening or day or whatever time it is when you watch this, and send this video to a friend of yours, and have a good one. Bye.